Close your eyes for just a moment and picture this scene clearly. It's a Friday evening at busy JFK Airport in New York. You have just stepped off a plane after sitting for 14 long, tiring hours. Your legs feel stiff and sore, your eyes are red and burning from lack of sleep, and all you can dream about is reaching your hotel room or your family's cozy house so you can finally lie down and rest peacefully. You're standing in the slow moving customs line, holding your passport tightly in one hand and your phone in the other. You have a valid visa, or maybe even a green card, so you feel pretty confident. The CBP officer calls you forward and asks a few normal, everyday questions. Where did you fly in from? How long do you plan to stay? What is the real purpose of your visit? You answer everything honestly and in a calm voice. Then suddenly the officer looks down at your phone and says those scary words. Please unlock your phone right now and hand it over to me. In that single instant, your heart drops like a heavy stone. Your whole personal life is stored on that little phone. All your private WhatsApp conversations with your parents and siblings back home, your banking apps with important money details, that funny joke you texted your cousin 3 weeks ago, and many other messages you never thought anyone else would see. You feel a wave of fear and hesitation wash over you. You quickly think about your rights, but the fear is stronger. So you nervously type in your passcode and slowly hand the phone to the officer. And right there, in those quick 3 seconds while you were unlocking it, you made one tiny innocent mistake that you didn't even realize you were making. Because of that small 3 second mistake, the officer now gains full legal power to read through years and years of your private messages, open your cloud storage, and find that one old conversation, that one photo, or that one sentence you never imagined could be used against you. 2 hours later, your visa is suddenly cancelled. You find yourself sitting alone in a cold, uncomfortable detention room, waiting sadly for the next flight that will send you back home. This story is not taken from some exciting Hollywood movie. It is not an extreme worst case imagination. This exact situation is happening right now, every single day, in the year 2026 at airports all across the United States. My name is Saqib, and I am the founder of Global Immigration Updates. Today, I am going to do something that very few people on this platform are brave enough to do. I am going to take you deep, really deep, into the official CBP directive that controls these situations. I am going to clearly expose the five most common and dangerous mistakes that immigrants make when they arrive at US airports. These mistakes can completely destroy their visas, cancel their entry permission, and shatter their beautiful American dream in just a few minutes. I will explain in simple words exactly what CBP officers are legally allowed to look at on your phone. I will also reveal the big, important, and life changing difference between how they treat people who are holding temporary visas and people who already have green cards. And most importantly, I am going to explain that dangerous 3 second mistake in full detail, what exactly it is, why it can cause so much trouble, and the exact easy steps you can take to avoid it completely. So, if you are planning to fly to the United States anytime soon, or if you have a brother, sister, parent, or any family member who is getting ready for a trip there, please do not skip even one single minute of this important message. Understanding these things clearly before your flight can literally protect your future, save your visa, and keep your dreams alive and safe. Let's begin with the first big mistake that many people make. A lot of immigrants truly believe that the Fourth Amendment will protect their phone at the airport. Now, if you have been living in or learning about the United States, you have probably heard people talk about the Fourth Amendment. It is that important law which says police officers cannot simply stop you on a normal street, take your phone away, and start reading all your private text messages without first getting a special warrant signed by a judge. This law is there to protect every person from unfair and unreasonable searches and seizures. Millions of immigrants honestly and genuinely believe that this same strong protection will automatically follow them when they step into an airport. But sadly, it does not work that way at all. Here is the hidden trap that catches so many people. An airport is not like a regular street under United States federal law. There is a special rule called the border search exception. At any United States port of entry, whether it is an airport, a seaport, or a land border crossing, the usual protections of the Constitution do not apply in the same full way. The US government has given CBP, which stands for Customs and Border Protection, extremely broad and powerful legal authority. They can search through your physical bags and your electronic devices like phones and laptops without needing any warrant, without asking a judge, and even without having to show any proof that you might have done something wrong. The fatal and most common mistake that many immigrants make in this situation is starting to argue with the officer. They raise their voice and say things like, "Officer, you are not allowed to look inside my phone. I know my constitutional rights very well. You must get a warrant first." Arguing about constitutional law right there at the primary inspection booth is honestly the quickest and surest way to get yourself pulled aside into a secondary inspection room. It makes you appear defensive and nervous. It raises the officer's suspicion immediately. And what was supposed to be a simple routine check can suddenly turn into a long, stressful nightmare that lasts for many hours. You really must learn and understand the special rules that exist at the border long before you actually try to cross it. And those important rules bring us straight to the most dangerous mistake of all. Mistake number two is the one I call the 3 second mistake. And believe me, this is the biggest one you need to remember. Here is exactly how it happens. The officer looks at you and politely asks you to unlock your phone and give it to him. You feel pressured, so you quickly type your passcode or use your Face ID and hand the phone over without thinking twice. But in those short 3 seconds while you were unlocking it, there was one very important thing you completely forgot to do. You forgot to disconnect your phone from the internet. Let me explain slowly and clearly why this little action is so incredibly critical and can change everything. According to the official CBP Directive number 334049A, which is the actual government document that tells officers exactly how they must handle travelers' electronic devices. CBP officers are only legally allowed to search and look at the data that is physically saved on the device itself. They are strictly prohibited from intentionally reaching into or accessing any information that is stored far away in the cloud on remote servers. This means your iCloud photos should stay protected, your Google Drive files should stay protected, and all your WhatsApp message backups that are saved on distant servers should also remain protected under their own rules. But here comes the dangerous part of the 3 second mistake. If your phone is still happily connected to the airport's free Wi Fi or to your cellular network at the exact moment you hand it over, then as soon as the officer opens any app, email, or photo album, your phone will automatically and quickly start downloading fresh data from the cloud. Suddenly, old emails from 5 years ago, WhatsApp backups from another country, and even messages you thought you had deleted long ago start appearing on the screen for the officer to read easily. The CBP directive itself clearly states that officers are supposed to politely request travelers to disable all connectivity before any search even begins. They should ask you to switch your phone into airplane mode. But what happens if the officer simply forgets to ask? Or what if he does not mention it at all and you just hand over your fully connected phone? In that case, you have accidentally given him a wide open window into your entire digital life that stretches across servers all around the world. So, here is the simple, safe action you must take every single time without any exception. Whenever a CBP officer ever asks you to unlock and hand over your phone, please take just 3 calm seconds. Swipe down from the top of your screen, turn on airplane mode right away, turn off Wi Fi completely, turn off Bluetooth too, and only after doing that should you hand the phone over. If the officer asks you why you took those extra seconds, speak to him in a calm, respectful, and polite voice. "Officer, I am fully complying with your request. I am simply restricting the search to only the local data stored on the device, exactly as CBP policy allows. You are not refusing or fighting the search in any way. You are simply making sure it stays within the exact limits that the law permits." 3 short seconds, that is truly all it takes to protect many years of your private personal life from unwanted eyes. Mistake number three is believing that your WhatsApp messages are totally harmless and nothing to worry about. I hear this same thing from people almost every day. They tell me, "Saqib, I am not doing anything criminal. I don't carry drugs or weapons. So why should I even care if they read my WhatsApp chats? And then they add, besides, WhatsApp uses end to end encryption, so the government cannot possibly read my messages anyway. Let me give you the honest, sometimes tough truth about both of these ideas so you understand clearly. First, about the encryption. Yes, it is true that WhatsApp does use strong end to end encryption. That means your messages are safely scrambled while they travel through the internet from your phone to your friends or family member's phone. During that travel time, no one can easily intercept or read them. However, the very moment you unlock your phone and physically hand it over to another living person like the officer, all that encryption protection completely disappears and means nothing. The officer can now see every single message exactly the way you see it every day in clear, plain text that is easy for human eyes to read without any trouble. Second, CBP officers are not only searching for serious criminals, they are also carefully looking for any signs that show you might be planning to violate your immigration status or break the rules of your visa. Let me share with you one real, well documented example so you can see exactly how this works in real life. A young man arrived at a US airport holding a normal B1/B2 tourist visa. He confidently told the officer that he was only coming for a short 2 week vacation to visit Disney World and have some fun. That sounded fine, but when the officer searched his phone, he discovered an old WhatsApp conversation with his uncle who lives in New York. The message from 3 weeks earlier said something like, Uncle, I am coming next month. Can you please help me find a cash job at a gas station? That was it, just one simple message. It might have been meant as a casual joke, or it might have been serious, but it did not matter to the officer. Under the Immigration and Nationality Act, that single message was treated as strong legal evidence of immigrant intent. It showed that the young man was planning to work illegally while in the United States. Because of that, his tourist visa was cancelled immediately on the spot. He was given an expedited removal order and banned from entering the United States for a full 5 years. Officers also pay close attention to the photos saved on your phone. Did you pack a resume in your suitcase and take a picture of it? Did you photograph different construction sites or storefronts? Did you send a message to your spouse saying how excited you are to finally live together with them in America forever? Even if you are entering only on a tourist visa, every single message, every photo, and every little note on your phone can become powerful evidence that works against you. When you are crossing into the United States on any kind of visa, your phone can turn into the strongest witness against your own story. Never treat it like a completely private and safe diary. Mistake number four is not knowing the very important difference between the rights of green card holders and the rights of people who only have temporary visas. This is the point where many travelers start to feel real panic and worry deep inside. When the officer suddenly looks at you and demands your password, you might wonder, can I actually say no? Can I legally refuse to unlock my phone? The answer is yes, you technically can refuse, but the consequences of saying no will be completely different depending on exactly what kind of document is sitting in your wallet or passport right now. Let me explain it in a very clear and simple way. If you are a non citizen who is entering the country on a temporary visa, whether it is a tourist visa, a student visa, an H-1B work visa, or any other short term permission, you actually have the lowest level of rights at the border. The responsibility is mostly on you to prove that you are truly admissible and following all the rules. If you refuse to unlock your phone, the officer can easily decide that you are not cooperating fully. He might say he cannot properly check or verify your story, and therefore he cannot confirm that you should be allowed to enter. In that case, your entry will be denied right away, your visa will be cancelled, and you will be put on the very next flight heading back home. For people holding temporary visas, refusing to unlock the phone is almost always a decision that leads to serious and lasting problems. However, the situation changes quite a lot if you are already a lawful permanent resident and you carry a green card. For returning green card holders, the law works very differently and gives you stronger protection. A person with a green card cannot be denied entry into the United States and cannot have their green card taken away or be deported simply because they chose to refuse giving their phone password. That right belongs to you. Having said that, the officers can still create difficulties for you. If a green card holder refuses to unlock the device, CBP has the power to seize and take the phone away from you. They will give you an official receipt for it. They will usually allow you to enter the country anyway, but they will send your phone to a special forensic laboratory where experts will try to crack it open. This whole process can take many weeks or even several months, and once they finally open it, they will make complete copies of everything stored inside. So you can see there is a real and difficult dilemma here. Do you choose to unlock the phone, give up some of your privacy, but keep your device and move forward smoothly? Or do you refuse, protect your private information in that moment, keep your immigration status safe, but then lose your phone for a long time? There is no single perfect answer that works for everyone. That is exactly why you need to understand this difference clearly and think about your choice long before you find yourself standing nervously at that inspection counter, not while the pressure is already on you. Mistake number five is doing something that accidentally triggers what is called an advanced search. Under the official CBP policy, there are actually two different levels of phone searches that officers can perform. The first one is a basic search. In a basic search, the officer simply picks up your unlocked phone, uses his own fingers to swipe around, and casually looks through your apps, messages, and photos. Officers are allowed to do this kind of basic check randomly, and they do not need any special reason or suspicion to start it. The second kind is much more serious and is called an advanced search. This is where the situation can become really frightening for many people. The officers take your phone away into a separate back room. They connect it to a powerful, specialized forensic machine, and then they download and copy your entire phone's hard drive. This advanced machine is so smart that it can recover messages that you thought were deleted forever, find hidden photos, bring back old wiped emails, show your complete location history from the past, see every single app you ever used, and dig up much more detailed information. The important protection you have is this: CBP officers are not allowed to perform this kind of advanced search whenever they feel like it. According to their own strict policy, they must first have what is called reasonable suspicion, a real and specific reason to believe there might be a violation of law or some national security concern before they can plug your phone into that forensic machine. So, what kinds of things actually give them that reasonable suspicion? Unfortunately, this is exactly where many immigrants unintentionally hand the officers the perfect excuse on a silver platter. Common triggers include acting overly nervous, sweating a lot, hands trembling, voice shaking, changing parts of your story while you are talking, saying you are only visiting for 2 short weeks, but showing up with suitcases that look packed for 6 months, and the biggest red flag of all, arriving with a phone that was completely factory reset just the day before your flight. When your phone looks brand new, totally empty, and has almost nothing on it, officers often see that as a strong sign that you are trying to hide something important. And that single suspicion is usually all they need to legally start a full advanced search. The best way to protect yourself from this is actually quite simple and powerful. Try your very best to stay calm and relaxed on the outside. Answer every question directly and honestly without adding too many extra details or over explaining. Do not give the officers any unnecessary reasons to become more suspicious and turn a quick basic search into a much deeper advanced one. Your calm, confident, and composed behavior can truly be one of your strongest protections at the border. Now, let's bring all these important points together and create your complete, easy to follow 2026 airport survival plan that you can actually use. Please write these steps down or save them somewhere safe so you remember them clearly. Step 1. Even before you leave your house and head to the airport, take some quiet time to clean up your digital house very carefully. Especially if you are traveling on a temporary visa, go through all your messages, emails, and photos with a careful eye. Delete anything at all that could possibly be misunderstood as showing your plan to work illegally or to stay permanently in the United States. Do not depend on secret passwords or hidden folders for safety. If the information is still saved anywhere on the actual device, you should assume that the officers might be able to see it. Step 2. Before your plane lands in the United States, make sure to log out from all your social media applications. Log out of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and any others you use. If those apps ask for a password every time someone tries to open them, it creates an extra small layer of difficulty during a basic search and can slow things down. Step 3. Always remember and practice the important 3-second rule without ever forgetting it. If any CBP officer asks you to unlock your device and hand it over, take those 3 calm seconds immediately. Swipe down, turn on airplane mode, completely disable Wi Fi, turn off Bluetooth, and only then give the phone to the officer. This way, you successfully restrict their search to only the information that is locally stored on your phone, exactly the way the official CBP Directive 334049A describes and expects. At 4, make sure you clearly know and understand your own immigration status long before you land. If you are entering as a visa holder, you should generally comply with the request, but always protect yourself first by using airplane mode. If you are a proud green card holder, you do have the legal right to refuse giving your password, but you should also know that your device might still be seized and kept for some time. Understanding your exact situation and rights ahead of time is the smartest thing you can do. Your personal privacy is a very basic and important human right that everyone deserves. However, the US border is a unique and special legal zone where those usual rights become much more limited and restricted. The CBP officers are highly trained to notice any small inconsistencies or suspicious signs in traveler stories. Because of that, you also need to train and prepare yourself properly so you can protect your situation in a smart and fully legal way. I am Saqib from Global Immigration Updates, and before I finish and let you go, I want to share one final very important reminder with you. You simply cannot afford to learn or figure out these critical rules when you are already standing nervously at the inspection booth. By then, it is usually too late and the pressure is too high. You need to know all of this clearly and confidently long before you even start packing your bags for the trip. And that is exactly the reason why I'm asking you kindly to do one simple thing for yourself right now. Please look down in the description area below this video and join our free official WhatsApp channel named Global Immigration Updates. The very moment that CBP or USCIS makes even a small change to any policy, the second a new executive order is announced, or whenever any fresh rule appears that could affect your visa, your green card, or your family's future, you will receive the clear and accurate information instantly through our channel. You will not have to wait until the next day or until it is already too late. The update will reach you right away. While you are there, also download the free rights card that we have prepared. It is just one simple page that contains everything important you need to remember and know when you are at the border. You can keep it handy in your phone or print it out before your next flight. If this video has truly helped you open your eyes, and I sincerely believe it has given you valuable knowledge, then please do me a small favor and hit that like button right now so more people can find this information. And while you are at it, go ahead and share this entire video into your family WhatsApp groups and with your close friends. Ironically, sharing it can help protect their own WhatsApp messages and their futures too. There is almost certainly someone in your family circle or in your community who is scheduled to fly to the United States next week or next month, and they probably have no idea about any of these hidden dangers. Sending this video to them right now could easily turn out to be one of the kindest and most important things you do for them today. Stay informed, stay smart, stay protected, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Take care and safe travels.